Buying a home can feel like navigating uncharted waters. Redfin agents can help. They'll answer your questions with honest advice so you know exactly what you're getting into. They'll also help you tour as many homes as you want and show you what it takes to make a winning offer. With a Redfin agent on your side, you can sail straight to your dream home. Local expertise from Redfin. That's real estate done right. Tour subject to property and agent availability. Virginia Office Falls Church, VA, 844-759-7732.
Everything's against me and it's got me down. If I jumped in the river, I would probably drown. No matter how I struggle and strive, I'll never get out of this world alive. These shabby shoes I'm wearing all the time, they're full of holes and nails. Brother, if I stepped on the worn out dime, I bet a nickel I could tell you if it was head or tail.
Lemon face. Lemon face. All right.
I don't.
And it's going to pay homage to Hellraiser? What?
Jesus Christ. He needs to stop. Man.
They need to stop giving. No.
Somebody needs to stop him.
Just because you lost weight doesn't mean you can do Masters of the Universe and pay homage to Hellraiser.
The same go.
Ass.
Titties. Ass and titties.
Oh.
Ass, titties, big booty hoes.
Oh, we gotta cut that out.
You have to praise him like I
What, we can't love big booty hoes?
It's been a long, long time together, through the bad times and the good. I have to celebrate you, baby. I have to praise you like I should.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Who Goes There Podcast, episode 313. This is Jorge.
Buenos ding dong diddly dias. Yo soy Maddie Ding Dong.
Buenos tardes. This is Reed.
Buenos tardes. This is Reed.
I like that. I hope you answer the phone at work like that from now on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm
Buenos
sure I
tardes.
This is how I act at work.
Right.
For sure.
What's up, guys? Hey, babe. How you been? What's going on? What's up? How have you been?
I'm good.
You never go first. Tell us about your week.
Yeah.
What's
no
new
one
with
ever
you?
asks how you are.
Yeah.
Everybody always asks what I hate, but never
Why do you hate?
That's true.
He's like, well, let me tell you why I hate.
Let me tell you, I just watched Timmy and the Dinosaur, and I hated it.
That's great on Shudder. Watch it.
No, I'm good. I'm a little tired. This has been a low sleep week for me. Going to bed late, waking up a little too early, but otherwise good.
You're waking up a little too early all the time.
That's true.
It's no fun. And then you go work like a for real job.
I do work a for real job, unfortunately.
What qualifies as a little too early for you?
Like 5:30 and going to bed at like midnight, so that
too much
sucks.
Too late. Too
I
early.
kind of do that, but my wife sets her phone for 5 a.m. and then she doesn't wake up until 6:30, but her alarm goes off every 10 minutes. Yeah. I don't understand how people use fucking snooze buttons. It drives me crazy. I literally never use a snooze button, and it does no good for her because she'll just continue sleeping
That's
for 90
terror.
minutes.
That's terroristic behavior.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
great because hi Sophia and
Sophia.
I both snooze for 2 hours.
You're both terrible people.
How
do you do
her
it? Like,
alarm's going off, then mine's going off.
why not
then
just
her
turn your
alarm.
fucking alarm off or set it for the actual time you want to wake up? If you know you're not going to get up until 6:30.
I love going back to bed.
There is a certain psychology that people do love going back
Bro,
to sleep.
I don't get it. Like me, once I'm awake, it's like boom.
It's really fortunate that we both snooze like that. And my snooze is all like some fucked up noise, and hers is like.
Yep, the gentle alarms.
Yeah, and
But
like
when
a
it's every
gentle
10
alarm,
minutes, it's not fucking gentle because you can't fall back asleep.
when her alarm goes off, if I even wake up, it just like makes me like, I'm gonna drool now. You know what I mean? Like I'm really going.
It really
to
puts
sleep.
you into a coma.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hers is hers is a very gentle alarm.
It's very telling.
Don't you ever fucking look at me like
Very
that.
telling.
Well, I mean, I will do this where my alarm will hit and I'll do snooze just in case I accidentally fall back asleep as I'm waking up. But
I sit up in bed and then I turn my alarm off.
It's hot in this bitch.
You're hot in this bitch. Maybe it's that fucking light bulb you've got blaring in the back of your shiny ass head.
Pretty sure it's not.
It's the reflection just shining off the white walls. Can't have white walls, George. We can have anything but white walls. We just can't have white walls.
Who said that?
He knows.
That's a pull.
He knows.
Wow. Anywho, how have you been?
I've been chill. I was in a rap video. That's
Well, you were in a music video. I don't know. I don't want to call it rap.
It's something. That was hella interesting.
Don't come at me, you fucking you.
I don't know what it is.
That artist stands.
They called it hip hop in the casting call, but then it was rap, I guess. I don't know. But some artist named OT Genesis. And then I posted a picture of him and I from the shoot, and I got a message from our friend Dave, better known as Scarecrow Oven.
Yeah.
Dave-o!
Apparently Dave has been doing OT Genesis's album artwork.
That's unfortunate.
So, I mean, like, that's small world. It's hella crazy. All I had to do was sit on a double-decker bus in Hollywood, and I got paid $80 for it.
And if a tuna bus kills the
that's a great song.
To die by your side is such a heavenly way to die.
There's a light that'll never go out. That song fucks.
Yeah.
In my adult life, like in 33 plus, I am a big fan of the Smiths, man.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that.
I was not in high school, and then coming out of like
Same.
It's
coming
cool
out of
when that
college.
happens.
But then you're like, oh, now I understand what real depression is, and this makes sense.
No, they're a solid band.
Yeah, they are. But
I'm so
that's
sorry.
pretty much everything. I don't even know what I've done the last week. When did we record last?
I don't know.
I
Last
don't know. It all
week.
It all bled together. I don't know what I did
Within the
what
last
happened.
7 days.
dude, let me look at your Instagram.
Still been watching more Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth is great.
Okay.
I've been playing Katamari Damacy. And,
Oh, nice,
That's
nice.
super fun. Yeah, Twitch wanted to see that, and I'm like, well, bitch, don't threaten me with a good time. So did that, and that's really all I've done. I don't know where the fucking last week went,
Yeah, it goes.
but
It goes.
yeah, but I got the green light to go back to the gym, so that's fun. Just no heavy lifting yet.
So then, what's the point?
The point is keeping tone.
Just kidding, man.
Getting rid of this fucking fluff that I
Just
got.
kidding.
These fucking fluffernutter titties that I got. This is all just
What?
fucking bacon and ice cream right here.
Hell yeah.
Bacon and ice cream is dope.
Oh, says the guy that doesn't eat meat.
That's right.
Or dairy.
Yeah.
I'm eating less and less dairy. That's true.
Eats
That is
plenty of dicks, though. Speaking of which, how was your week?
Listen, man. I don't. That's disrespectful.
I'm sorry. I don't want to
That's
talk
disrespectful.
I don't want to talk about
Disrespectful.
your private life.
This is my private life.
That's
Wait, what's that Wango Wango song? That's a good song too.
Which one?
This is my private life.
Oh, is that? Okay.
Yeah.
Anywho,
I don't think I know that.
I don't think he's talking about eating dicks, but he might be. And
He might
you know
be.
what? That should be fine with you.
He means private,
But then
in
again-
a literal sense.
I am talking to you, so maybe you have a problem
This
with
is
that.
my private's life.
what'd you watch, Rhett?
Well, first of all, I went to Reanimated Records on Record Store.
Hey, they
Day.
reopened.
They reopened. Talked to Nick there. Hello, Nick, and he said hello to the fellers here.
Yeah, I tried to get him to come on the show, because I have a feeling I know how this is going to go.
I did.
He's busy.
I did breach the topic of the idea of eventually down the road, once things are opening up again, doing some kind of collaborative thing, and he's totally open to it.
That'd be cool.
He said he's very transparent, he says he only listens to one podcast at a time, and I'm like, I totally get it,
You're like, I'm glad that's who goes there, right? Wink.
Well, yeah, he said he's been listening. He says it's a lot of fun, and then of course my response is immediately, I'm like, oh God.
Yeah.
He's looking at me and I'm the one he's listening to. So he knows me mostly of this.
It feels weird, right? Because you're like, God, what did they hear?
Well, especially imagine if you were me, how it would feel, Matt, because I say things on here that are true.
Oh, you mean like I want to
special.
ruin this person?
Yeah.
that's-
I didn't say that.
Well,
No,
yeah.
that's what I mean.
I mean what I mean.
What I mean, Aaliyah?
But and also it immediately goes in my head like I'm here at Reanimated Records. There's a Dawn of the Dead poster in there, and I'm like, we trashed Dawn of the Dead. You know what I mean?
Oh, I've got a Dawn of the Dead poster. I need to
burn.
Not burn. I think I'll give it to them.
Huh. That's pretty nice of
That's
you.
a nice idea. But
It's a good one too.
I actually get a lot of comments about that episode. Like people messaging me on Instagram telling me that we're fucking crazy for that. That and you guys not liking to be on.
and we knew we would with our responses.
Oh
to
yeah.
that.
Dude, but I didn't know I was going to feel that way going into those or coming out of those movies. I was like,
And maybe it'll come up from one of us with the movie we're reviewing tonight later.
Maybe, possibly. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe
Who's
not.
Who's to say? Who's to say?
But
Who can say? Who can predict?
if you're ever in San Diego, Reanimated Records is a cool little spot to visit in La Mesa. It has it's a record store, but they specialize in they have VHS and cassettes and CDs and Blu-rays and DVDs and posters and T-shirts.
Nick was in the band Danny Tanner, which is tight as fuck.
Was he?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Dude, I didn't either. Like my buddy was in town and we were talking about local bands from back in the day. And like as we're walking into Reanimated, I'm saying, you know what I would love to find is that Danny Tanner record. And like 3 minutes later, Nick walks up and just hands me the CD and a bunch of patches. And I'm like, wait, what the fuck is this? He goes, yeah, I was in that band. I'm like, what the fuck? I had no idea. But there you go.
There you go.
And he's
So
not like,
somewhere-
hey, I was in this band. He's not that type of guy.
Nope.
No, next to real.
He's chill as shit.
He loves him some Nick Cave too, by the way.
He does.
Who
Yeah,
doesn't?
that he does.
Yeah, he really does. So that was fun. And I picked up some cassette tapes and VHS stuff there because that's where I'm at with stuff right now. But I watched okay. Do either of you guys know who Brett Leonard is?
No.
That name does not sound familiar.
I've been on the fellow dorks on Discord discussing this guy, and God, those guys really know some niche shit sometimes. He go figure, right? But he directed Lawnmower Man, and obviously has a fascination with 90s CGI stuff. And then he followed that up with Virtuosity.
Did he do Ghost in the Machine also?
No.
Who did
But it's
Ghost in-
around, I don't know.
Oh man, because Ghost in the Machine, my God.
I got to rewatch it because I haven't seen it since the 90s. He followed up Lawnmower Man with Virtuosity.
Great.
And I watched that, and dude, Jorge, that is a bad,
good.
great bad movie.
It's like
bad, great, bad.
dude. When you've got fucking Russell Crowe and fucking Denzel Washington,
It's fucking bonkers.
dude. This shit is like, it's like
There's some genuinely fascinating ideas in it too.
it's nuts, man. Like that movie is fantastic.
When was the last time you watched it?
Like within the last 8 months.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I watched that back to back with Johnny Mnemonic.
Oh good. Yeah, you were doing it.
I was.
You were in the 90s.
I was in the Matrix.
That's why when
dude.
I was watching Virtuosity, I'm like, I am at fucking Cinema Star Chula Vista right now.
Yeah, man.
Like I am in the 90s.
Yeah, dude, that's something.
And he the same year he did a movie called Hideaway, which I had not seen since the theater. And it's based on a Dean Koontz novel that Dean Koontz, like he tried to have his name removed from the movie. That's always a good sign.
That's yeah.
And one of the guys on Discord, I think it was Hoey Joey, brought that to my attention. So in any case, the premise of this is someone has there's a guy who kills himself, a teenager who kills himself doing a satanic ritual. He kills his mom and his sister first and then commits suicide so he can be with Satan in hell. And so the intro is that occurring. And then it's his disembodied spirit going through this corridor in the afterlife, going to hell. And it's done with CGI that looks like a particularly good 90s screensaver.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fucking bonkers. And then Jeff Goldblum is our protagonist, and he has a near-death experience, and he's linked to this other guy. The other guy is Elton from Clueless, and Alicia Silverstone's in it. So you should watch this.
Jeremy Sisto?
That's the name.
That's his name.
And he's a creepy guy in this movie, and it's a bad movie.
Good.
Yes.
All right.
So I was on a Brett Leonard fetish. I guess you guys did another. You actually did one of his other movies that he also did in 1995 called
movie?
Feed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they said it was disgusting. I don't know what he was up to in 95. He did those 3 films
You haven't
came out in
seen
95.
Feed?
No.
Feet is the one.
Yeah.
Was she a real big fat person?
a real big fat person.
So yeah, I don't know what's up with Brett Leonard in '95.
He's doing it.
Yeah,
really
he's
was.
just like, you know what? What the fuck have I got to lose?
And then lastly, I watched.
Fuck have I?
I watched another Terry Gilliam movie because I had watched Sophia and I had watched Brazil recently. We watched The Fisher King, and that's fucking. She hadn't seen it, and
That movie's so fucking good.
as I get older, dude, like that is the kind of movie. That's what I want from a movie.
That
I mean, it's got
movie's
it
so
all, dude.
Fucking good.
That's probably one of my favorite movies ever now,
It's incredible.
and it is super fucking '90s.
Yeah.
but good.
Like the whole Red Knight saga, all that shit. Man.
And it's
like,
because it lines up perfectly too with the image of what occurred. You know? Did you see that movie, Matt?
No,
I think you would even like that.
I feel like you're wrong.
I don't think so. I think you would. It's Jeff Bridges, Robin
George, is there
Williams.
anything in that movie for me?
Yes.
You can't answer these things objectively. That's why
it's hard. This is
why
one
I
that's
asked
hard.
George.
I think
because George knows.
Sometimes he knows.
I think you would.
You want to push your views on it.
I think you would like some aspects of it, but probably the first like 30 minutes might piss you off, or you would be bored.
First 30 minutes are because they immediately set up what happened though. It hooks you.
Yeah,
You know what
But
I mean?
does the hook bring you back?
The hook does bring you back. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, look, on that you can rely.
On that you can rely.
Are you telling me
It'll
a lie?
probably make you cry
Okay.
if you stick around.
Okay. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking
What
about.
song was he? I'm trying to think.
I don't
Nothing.
either.
I was just trying to make a new song.
Oh, okay.
yeah. I was
Gotcha.
like, what is he talking? That's not the word.
It'll probably make you cry. On that you can rely.
On that you can't rely. There we go.
so glad he did it.
Okay.
He played some circus music as a harmonica. It's good.
Never mind. And then, I didn't get to mention last week, or I forgot to mention. It's not that I didn't get to, I just didn't fucking do it. I had watched The Hidden, and it's an 80s movie, and it's got Kyle MacLachlan, and it involves aliens that hide in people and make them do psychotic things. Have either of you seen The Hidden?
Doesn't sound familiar.
You've never even heard of The Hidden?
Doesn't sound familiar.
It's a fucking gem, dude. It is
Jim.
dope. It's a great movie. It was fucking. It was. It hit the right nerve of funny, quirky, but actually kind of. It's pretty damn well executed for its means. Actually, I can't believe neither of you have ever even heard of it.
I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, and I like me some Kyle MacLachlan. If you have him showing up as a
Me
weirdo,
too. I will remember you. Right?
yeah.
Right? With the sad
I
dog
thought you were going to
commercials.
start Spandau Ballet because then, like, I'm like, yeah, he does look like the singer from Spandau Ballet.
Spandau Ballet.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
I know this much is true. That's
Okay.
Spandau Ballet.
I know that. I know that
That's a
song.
bad. That's a bad band name. Right
That's
there.
a great song though.
Oh no, yeah. I think it's all time great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kixie 96.5.
They should have opened Timmy's Dinosaur with that song.
Yeah. No, they do.
That would be too like. Look at us.
Yeah.
You need that dude who was singing like some hard blues rock about a dinosaur.
Man. That's his deal.
Yeah.
Cool.
You know, it's just like the Encino Man, but like prehistoric.
So yeah, it's a pretty horror centric week over here.
What about you,
Mostly bad
George?
horror.
So,
Tell us all the bad TV shows you watched.
The Handmaid's Tale finished up. Actually, pretty strong. Good.
Is it done, or is it just the season's done?
I think the season's done. I don't know what they're. I mean, obviously there's places they can go, but they ended it pretty finally.
Okay.
I'm interested to see where they go. It was good. The last like 2 or 3 episodes were pretty decent. I enjoyed it. The other thing I started was this series on Apple TV Plus called Lacey's Story. It's based off of a Stephen King novel. Big fucking surprise. It's okay. It's good. It's got a lot of like through the looking glass otherworldly shit going on, and I'm into that stuff. So if you've read Lacey's Story, it's not a very faithful adaptation, but they're doing a pretty good job presenting the story without too much fuckery afoot. So far,
Fuckery afoot. I like
fuckery afoot. 3 episodes in is pretty good.
that. Okay.
That's it.
Good.
All right. Any news?
That's it?
That's it.
That's it.
Well, I saw the news that, to piggyback off last week. Now, remember when I planted the seed that Toxic Avenger might turn into something too big?
Yep.
And now they've added Kevin Bacon as the villain.
We talked about that already.
No, we talked about Elijah Wood last
No, but
week.
we've also talked about Kevin Bacon.
So not on film.
I'm pretty sure Kevin Bacon was what we talked about last week, where you asked me like, aren't you afraid?
Exactly
that,
why
like,
I'm bringing it
you're
up,
wrong.
because I just listened to the episode.
Because I just saw the Elijah
You're wrong.
Wood thing posted 10 hours ago, and
You're
I was
wrong.
like, we've been talking about that for weeks.
We talked about Elijah Wood, but we didn't talk about Kevin Bacon.
I feel like you're wrong.
Yeah, we didn't talk about Kevin Bacon, Matt.
I feel like
it
you're
just
wrong.
popped up on Discord like 3 days ago.
Well, that doesn't change anything.
Well,
Discord is a little slow.
No, what I think that's what you're getting confused with, though.
You're
is
wrong.
Why I'm bringing it up. So,
Wait, what?
in the case that you're wrong, I'm gonna go on
Which
with
I'm
this
not.
Kevin Bacon talk.
you're wrong.
You are.
Go ahead.
You're
You
100% wrong.
You are.
Okay, go ahead.
You admit to having memory problems, but you're infallible,
Let's see.
which doesn't make sense.
I'm going to look up when this was first reported.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Sure it does.
No. Okay. Anywho, continue.
Kevin Bacon. I think this
This shit's a mistake.
I think. Well, I like Kevin Bacon, but
Yeah.
again, it supports the theory that this is hitting critical mass of being some overblown cock job, and I don't want my favorite film to be made into a bag of cocks like this.
This
You
is
know
your
what I mean?
favorite film?
Absolutely better than The Godfather
I
Part
doubt
2.
he's ever even actually seen it.
I saw it on HBO.
He watched one half episode of the cartoon and he was like, I've seen it all.
Cartoon was good.
Dude,
was
Toxic
good.
Crusaders was this shit.
God damn, that was a good show.
I had all those toys, and the Ozone toy had 1 foot and 1 wheel, so it was impossible to make him stand up.
Man, those were good toys too. Those
were good
fun.
Those are good toys to like jam up your toy playing, because you got like He-Man stuff and these guys and Ninja Turtles, and it's like, who the fuck are these guys?
Right? And they still came with cans of toxic waste.
Yeah.
And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles had Muckman, and it was like, what is this?
How do you feel about Kevin Bacon?
He's a good villain.
I mean, I'm indifferent.
I think
Indifferent?
I'm indifferent.
that's
Like,
not a good
what is
sign.
there really to be like, oh, Kevin Bacon? Like, what has he ever done where it's like, we need to be in awe of this performance?
No. A Footloose?
I've never seen Footloose.
Oh, it's fantastic. Oh,
Sure
my
it is.
God. Oh, come on. Let's dance like they did. The Bible says they danced, so let's dance.
Okay.
You need to
I don't
watch
want
it.
to. I don't want to
It's
dance.
beautiful.
I hate dancing.
You watch him do
Anyway.
flips in a fucking factory and tell me it's not good.
Right.
Also, Kenny Loggins.
So I can watch that 30-second clip on YouTube and save myself 90 minutes.
No, you need to get invested in Ren and how he liberates a small town from
Through
religious.
dance.
He was a good. He was
yeah,
a good.
from religious repression.
Why wouldn't I just watch Roadhouse then?
Well, it's a good point. Except that
Because like Kevin Bacon is ultimately the poor man's Patrick Swayze.
no way.
Yeah,
That's like
This
way
way.
off. That's way off.
That's dead on.
Kevin Bacon, again, I don't disrespect that guy. I just think this supports.
You know why
The
it's
theory
6
that this is
degrees of
becoming
Kevin
a-
Bacon and not 6 degrees of Patrick Swayze? Because Patrick Swayze doesn't need the fucking attention Kevin Bacon does.
Well, he's also dead.
He's
Well,
also-
yeah, but
you
that's-
can't have many degrees if you're dead,
Wait, sure you can.
because you're not interacting with people anymore.
I mean, but he still interacted with plenty of people.
He ripped plenty of people's throats out, is what he did.
I bet you Sean Whalen's probably got a better 6 degrees
Scott
of
Whalen.
separation. Because he's been in everything.
Scott Whalen showed up in 2 episodes back to back now because of your Sean Whalen.
And it's Scott Weiland. Thank you very much.
He's also dead.
He's also dead.
Yeah.
His Christmas album is pretty damn good, though.
Who,
What
Scott
other-
Weiland?
Yeah.
I
Scott Wayland.
Scott Weiland.
That's his name.
Hey, what other news is there? Anything?
The Evil Dead movie is shooting.
The
Wait,
Evil
wait a
Dead
minute.
game just released some gameplay.
Looks tight
Yeah.
as fuck. I can't wait. I don't get how the asymmetrical multiplayer works in this. I don't know if it's like 4 survivors versus like a controlled horde.
It looks hella fun.
But on that same note, Back for Blood got its beta release date in early August. That's the spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that. It looks
Yep,
cool
yep,
as
yep.
fuck.
Did you see that A Quiet Place has officially got the theaters back to pre-COVID numbers again.
I didn't, but that's
So
believable.
things are on the upswing.
It's the first good movie since things opened up again, and things are officially opened up here. Like we went to a restaurant for lunch the other day, and they made us tableside guacamole, and I know that seems like a really simple thing. But man, we lost a lot of showmanship.
Did y'all see the lines at Disneyland today?
No. Were they
fucking
crazy?
insane?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm hella good.
No, yeah.
Enjoy your wait. Like, why would you pay $200 to spend like 3 hours standing in line?
the magic, dude.
This is why. To say that you're going.
It's capitalism, dude.
It's to say you're going. It's like when you go and people have a tendency, if there's several lines, people have a tendency to go to the most crowded one.
I'm going to tell you
know
something.
that?
So last time I had a hot take about these fucking actors that did one single role. I'm going to do another hot take. I'll give you another hot take. Fuck Disneyland adults, dude. Like,
What? Whoa.
Adults?
I
Like-
thought you wanted to go to Disneyland soon.
with children. With my children.
Why?
I like Disneyland. I
I
just
wanna
want
go to
stand
Disneyland
in
on
lines all day.
mushrooms.
Can't stand them. I can't stand adults that are all about Disney. I don't.
Oh, you
no.
mean-
Oh, I see what
you
you're saying
mean-
with the pins and shit.
Yeah.
The
I
bumper
don't. I'm not
sticker.
saying
The
you
AP
going to
stickers.
Disneyland. I'm
Yeah.
talking about these motherfuckers that are like they got Mickey tattoos and the pins.
You know they have gangs, right? They have like the wolves, and they have like the wolves from the Three Pigs cartoon.
Yeah,
they
and-
have different like.
And then these motherfuckers that go to like Dapper Day and all this
I'm serious.
shit.
They have like
I'm out.
biker gangs,
I'm out.
but they're Disneyland gangs.
That's
out.
crazy.
Did you know that?
I do because my
Wait,
cousins.
didn't
my,
you go to a specialty day?
So I did.
Didn't you go to Tweaker
As
Day?
a teenager, I did go to Raver Day. That shit was nuts.
That's tight.
That shit was crazy.
I go to Disneyland on mushrooms, and that shit's fun.
No. I'm not talking about going to Disneyland.
Dude, when you go to Disneyland on mushrooms, you suddenly notice how many fucking ugly people there are in the world. It's crazy.
If you go
it's like all the
anywhere
monsters
on
come out.
mushrooms.
No. It's Disneyland specifically. And I always seem to do it on slightly rainy days. And it's like they're slugs. Like the ugly people just come out in droves to Disneyland on rainy days.
It
Maybe
sounds
that's
like
why
the
I'm
bathhouse
there.
in Spirited Away to me now.
Sounds like
Kind
you're-
of,
Sounds
yeah.
like you're in Jacob's Ladder, dude.
Kind of. Maybe they're all the
should
fucking
do that
lizard
movie.
people, but
The
they're
new
the
one?
ugly people.
We should do the original and the new one.
Oh, October's shaping up
I've
to
not.
be-
I haven't seen it. And,
either.
and I'm excited for it, to be honest. All right. Anything else?
Let's see. There's the Kevin Bacon thing. Castlevania's getting a spin-off on Netflix. Evil Dead game. What else? Back for Blood game. And then Resident Evil came to Dead by Daylight.
Cool.
It's pretty cool.
All right. We'll be right back to talk about a movie.
March on.
Hey, guess what, guys?
Saw, dude.
What's up, dude?
We're freaking back.
Oh, shit.
We're back.
We're fucking back.
And now that we're back, can you tell these dumb fucks about Patreon?
I sure can. So look, we didn't really talk about Dead by Daylight and Resident Evil earlier, but just like the G virus and the T virus in Resident Evil run through a person's body and make them a shell of their former selves, expenses can ravage a podcast and leave them a former podcast that's a shell of what they once were. But you are the cure. And we need you. We are Ada Wong searching out that fucking cure to help us deal with all of the expenses that we deal with, from hosting fees and all kinds of other bullshit. But you go to patreon.com/whogoestherepodcast and you sign up and you pledge your fucking allegiance to the cause. We'll give you exclusive content, bonus episodes, access to the Patreon only Discord. It's fucking tight. Do it.
I gotta ask you: Do you pre-think these up,
I've
or
asked
is
them
this,
too, and no,
or is
no,
this,
did
or
that.
is this
No.
off the tip?
No, that's why I'm doing so many fucking hand things. I'm kind of just throwing shit
He's
out there
summoning
and just
it.
seeing
He's
what
doing what
works.
Danny Carey does on drums, but with this
Sure.
this Patreon pitch.
Yeah, it usually just kind of manifests and then it's just word diarrhea.
Oh my God.
Like you even pulled, you
never
even,
know
you
where
even
it's
pulled
going.
out Ada Wong, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, dude, I love Ada Wong. I play a lot of Resident Evil.
Wild, man. That's fucking
It's good
wild.
stuff. It's good
We got a new
stuff.
homie, don't we?
Yeah, Jay Coos. He
What up, Coos?
I guess he's been listening for a while. He's
What's up,
always
little
he's always in my Twitch, and I asked him if he was on Patreon because there was something on there, and he was like, "No, I'm not. Should I?" And I was like, "Well, I don't give a fuck. Like, you don't have to." And he's like, "Doop doop doop," and there he is.
There he is.
He's one of the homies.
Well, welcome, Coos.
Yeah, Jay Koozy.
Brett's got shout outs.
Well, I just,
He's got his phone there. He's ready.
I feel like, well,
He's gonna thank Hans Franz from Germany.
oh, dude, Hans Franz from Germany. That's not his name. I thanked him last week too.
Hans Franz.
So thank you, the Germans. But Celia Bedelia,
Long time listener.
Delia.
loyal listener in Virginia, and she says she's listening next to her husband, and she tries to talk about the D, and he doesn't get it, and thinks she's a weirdo.
Well,
And he
I
is
mean-
correct.
Hey, it doesn't matter if he gets it as long as she gets it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
What are you saying?
You're getting the D.
Oh,
He said he doesn't get it.
you
There we
do.
go. And there it is.
She gets
And speaking of the letter D, there's Daddy Caligula, who does fantastic. She really does do like really crazy fucking digital art.
it. Yeah.
I mean, I don't even understand how does that even work? Digital art? What's the process there?
I don't know if you got one of them little sketch pads with a pen and you kind of just.
Do you know how that fucking
it
works?
up or
Jorge? Yeah, I think I'm gonna YouTube it because I'm like, how the fuck are they doing this from scratch?
I don't know.
Digital? Like, I don't even understand what this means.
I think they do a little bit of like photo manipulation, but it all ends up pretty cool.
But yeah, Daddy Caligula has a lot of bands, pretty similar music taste, and so we're both getting very excited about a bunch of bands that are coming out to play. So she might be accompanying Sophia and myself, maybe in the fall. We'll see. But what else? And that's it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, the Who Goes There podcast watched the movie. Another Fulci movie called Zombie.
You gonna tell us all the Italian names?
It's directed by Lucio
Don't leave that much dead
Fulci.
air right there, dude.
Starring
Starring
Tisa Ian McCullough, Richard Johnson, Al Cliver, Alreda Gay,
Already gay?
already gay, Stefania
Don't-
De
don't call
Amario,
me that.
Olga Carlatos, Ugo Bologna, Ugo Bologna,
Come on, man. Take it seriously.
Bologna.
Ramon Bravo, Omero Capagna Dakar as Lucas,
Dakar
uncredited, and Octaviano Dell'Acqua as the worm-eyed zombie. Well, here we
Don't. Come on.
Here we
Fill the
Rhett.
air.
Here we go.
Hey, Rhett,
Nope. Not me
what
first.
do you think of
we go.
Lucio Fulci's zombie flesh eaters?
Here we go. Here
All
we
right.
go.
You want to ask me first?
I do.
I got something. This is a comprehensive discussion, Matt. Not a while ago during the pandemic, we did a month during October we did the original and then the remakes. One of the originals we did was Dawn of the Dead, and then its remake. Upon rewatch, our skirts weren't blown up by the remake either, really. But the original, unilaterally, it got us to the odd occasion where we combined all of our forces of dumbassery and attacked this fucking thing that the horror community has just
Championed.
lifted up like it's fucking baby Simba to the fucking savannah or something.
true.
And it's ridiculous. And this is from people who like George Romero for other reasons and other stuff, right? Anyway, so I don't understand, in a world where we all agree that movie is bad, how can this be good, Matt? How is this film, which is by every indication even fucking worse than that? It goes on longer. It goes on for longer stretches where
It
people
does
say
not go on longer. Not by.
I don't mean
long
literal.
shot.
I mean that 40 minutes go by without any of the blessed nudity of a chick going scuba diving nude, and there's no fucking eye gouge scene, and these people are saying dumb shit. It's not filmed well. It's fucking boring. The characters suck. They're in the fucking Caribbean. Like, I have a Caribbean drink here. I have this Reed's fucking ginger craft.
He brought this special. For
I wanted to go festive with this.
He's like, I can't have a bad taste of the Caribbean in my mouth.
Understand that there is a scene with a zombie and a shark, and I like it because also if they're undead, why wouldn't they be undead in the water? Cool, I guess. And then the colors are all weird. And this chick is fucking nude going in. She's strapping her shit on over her fucking underwear. And it's like a porn. The other people on the boat are about to look. They're looking at her like they're about to fuck her if she doesn't go in the water soon. And then she gets attacked by a shark, then a zombie, then the shark and the zombie. But that scene is it. That's like, and it's only the colors are good because it was a good day for the fucking crew that day. Because it's not because Fulci has skills. He doesn't. He's not like Argento, where Argento's like, whoa, I'm going to fucking like show you technical prowess here. Like, Fulci doesn't do that. He just sucks dicks and has shitty gore. And everyone's like, oh, but it's gory and he fights a shark. That's what I think of Zombie. I think it might be even worse than The Beyond to me.
George.
I mean, come on, dude. What is this? Is this a serious movie for serious people about serious things?
Bro, you don't understand.
Like,
a zombie fights a shark.
I know, dude. Like, I know when people talk about this film, they're like, dude, but it's zombie shark. And it's like, well, cool. What else you got? Nothing for another hour and 30 minutes. I largely don't get what's going on. From one scene to the next, I go, why is he in the bed? Wait, where did he get what? Did he get what?
It's because it's so well edited.
What's happening? These guys are coming to the island because her dad was on a boat and they're coming to the island to talk to the doctor it's bad. This sucks. What's going on? What are you guys out there in movie land? What the fuck?
Because they decided long ago that Fulci was good because he made, what do they call them? Video nasties. Right?
I'm in actual disbelief.
If you question that Fulci is good, you're not a true horror fan.
That's exactly the thing that happened with fucking Dawn of the Dead and The Beyond, and I'm like, bros. And
you don't like opera like we did recently. I liked that a lot, but you probably feel similar about that. It seems like, but I'm comparing this because last time, you were like thinking about, or maybe Argento's not for you, but how would you, as much as you didn't like opera, don't you think it's like on a different planet?
Yeah. I mean, no.
Of capability.
No, this is fucking, it's dumb. It's not even like, dude, we get it, dude. The social narrative of I got it, dude. Fucking, it was
what social narrative?
A pioneer in the fucking genre. And
her tits were out and she went scuba diving. There's no social narrative.
All right, Matt, I feel
that's the wrong movie.
I feel like you're disappointed.
No, because I agree with everything you said.
Thank God.
Oh my Lord, this happened.
It's been a long time since I've watched this movie, and God, I was bored out of my fucking mind.
So boring, dude.
All of the gore I love. All of it.
The eye gouging is a good eye gouging.
There's fuck all for, like you said, like 40 minutes. And then it's like the plot is just so all over the place that I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I tuned out actively, and then it's like, okay, somebody's about to get shot. Oh, that was pretty fucking cool. Oh, you're talking again? Okay, I'm out again.
Yeah.
Like, I think the last 20 minutes picks up because that's kind of where all the action and the gore is. But by that point, I have no fucking idea what's going on. But I'm just like along for the ride. I think it's a movie that's better seen and not heard. It's one of those movies where it's like if you put it on at the bar and you can't hear it, it's pretty tight. But
that might be it. You know what? It would be great background stuff.
Right? If you see it, you're like,
and
what the fuck?
Every now and then you look up and see
is a zombie fighting a fucking shark?
People have to like the idea of this movie more than the actual movie itself. That has to be what it is. Because for the life of me, man, I cannot understand.
I cannot remember
whatever made us.
For the life of me, I can't understand how anybody could sit through this film
Period. It
upon
was hard.
finishing it.
It was hard, dude.
Upon finishing it, going like, that's pretty good. No, I just don't. I like, and maybe it's because I did not grow up in the era. I'm not a big old fan of 70s horror films. That's not a thing for me. But
Video nasties.
But boy, howdy.
Well, see, this wasn't even a video nasty until like 5 years after it was done.
Right.
Because they changed the rating system.
Speaking of that, the problematic history and problematic not because, well, yes, because of views too, as it turns out, but because of the success of Dawn of the Dead, this is my understanding, right? Which was George A. Romero's Italian, and it was a success stateside, but it was a success also in Europe and in Italy. And so the Italian market wanted to cash in on that.
Well, they released it under the name Zombie in Italy.
Right. But then it was marketed as flesh-eating zombie or flesh eaters something from in United Kingdom.
No. Dawn of the Dead was released under the name Zombie in Italy.
Gotcha. And this is Zombie 2.
This was originally called Zombie or Zombie Flesh Eaters. And so in order to capitalize on the success of Dawn of the Dead, which was called Zombie in Italy,
They called it Zombie 2.
they called it Zombie 2 without Fulci's permission or consent.
Which is also very silly, besides that it was done for the wrong reason. It was also, this movie isn't a sequel to Dawn of the Dead because it doesn't exist in any way in the same universe.
That's what we call subverting expectations. You go into it thinking it's a sequel to Dawn of the Dead, and you're like,
Imagine watching Dawn of the Dead, or, Zombie, as it was in Italy, and it has its whole thing with the mall and this, and the ending of that film. And then this starts, and it's like the fucking dude on a boat outside New York, and then voodoo and the Caribbean island.
when all the New York stuff was shot also just to capitalize on Dawn of the Dead.
Well, of course, the ending shot is very much like, dude, you see what we're doing here? It's
You see how traffic is flowing in both directions?
Do you see how we live in a society? Do you see it?
We live in a society.
And I'm hitting this ending, and I'm just fucking.
I did appreciate the ending. Like,
Irritated.
I'm like, okay, at least, they're getting, like, the zombies are getting into the city. So it's not like a normal zombie movie where it's like everybody gets away and everything's okay. Like, we don't have that trope. But, it's also, they're shambling.
Well, it does have what's the name of the lead actress? I'm drawing a mental blank as usual. It's the younger sister of Mia Farrow.
or Tissa?
Tissa Farrow. She's the younger sister of Mia Farrow, and there happens to be a reason why she is the younger, lesser known sister. She can't. She
can't act.
She cannot pull off Rosemary's Baby. I'll tell you that. Like if she can, she didn't fight the right
Is she
director
the
to
one
bring
that was
it
looking
out.
for her dad, or who is she?
She's like the nurse, I believe.
I think she's the one looking for her dad.
Is she? I don't fucking know, dude.
And then it said Ian McCulloch or whatever, a Scottish actor. And like half the movie, I'm like, that's the lead singer from Echo and the Bunnymen? and it's like, oh, it's a different Ian McCulloch.
It's the lead singer from Minor Threat.
Yes.
Yeah. Jesus, man, there's a lot. And but then I was like, I couldn't wait to tell Matt, like, because I anticipated him defending the fuck out of the movie. I'd be like, this is the lead singer from Echo and the Bunnymen, right? Dude, but it wasn't.
That's why I tried to invite Nick, and I even tried to invite Big Turk. I was like, I need backup. Like, I know these guys are going to tear this fucking movie apart. And
I didn't know I was going to tear it apart. I figured,
I knew you guys. Like, even before I watched it again, I'm like, they're going to tear this fucking movie apart. I just know they are. I need backup. And like, I couldn't think of anybody that was like a fan that would be able to come in and defend the movie besides those two. And of course, they're both busy. And now I'm glad they didn't come, because I would have been sitting here being like, hey, you're on your own, buddy.
I think about it, and from the standpoint of somebody who would enjoy this film, and I want to understand.
We have a lot of look.
Cool, I want to understand this person. What about this? What about this film is enjoyable?
Loyal listener, Coop, and guy who feels like a good friend, even though I've never met him in person, and guy who I like his taste a lot of the time too. But he was like, oh, the Beyond was the wrong film to show them first, Matt. Like, they need to watch Zombie, And it's just like, I'm just baffled because, again, I think I liked the Beyond more than this. I'm pretty sure I did. Actually.
Yeah, I just.
So I don't get it, man.
Well, so clearly, it's not necessarily just a giallo thing, right?
No, this isn't even giallo. This isn't like Baba.
Yeah, you're right.
He just is. He's Italian.
Yeah, so
and
that's
it
all
ends
has.
there.
Yeah.
Like I don't think this is giallo. Like let's see with Matt about that, but because it doesn't follow any of those tropes. You know what I mean? Where it's a this isn't a giallo film at all. No. Yeah.
Okay.
That's giallo films are more of a precursor to the modern slasher with their structure and whatnot. But
it's usually like a killer hidden in the shadows for like the majority of the movie.
So
There's
like this,
erotic
like this
elements.
movie then.
no,
I'm just kidding.
no, because this like when you see it, they're actually there. It's just like they're not there for like the longest part.
what I will say, and that's what I mean, I was really straining while I was watching it, and Sophia saw a few parts of it because she watched the shark scene with me. And I will agree. You said it right, man. I think if this is in the background, like that's a really surreal scene, like on purpose or not, it got captured. Some weird shit got captured.
I gotta tell you, I felt terrible for the shark, man.
Yeah,
Because they're literally torturing this poor fucking shark.
Well,
She was
the
upset.
guy-
She's
the-
like, that wasn't a real shark, right? And I
It
was
is.
like, and I didn't want to upset her.
the
I'm
guy
like,
that
I don't know.
the guy that was in the water with him was the actual shark's trainer.
Yeah.
like so it wasn't just like some
You
random.
could tell it was a real shark.
I felt bad for the girl, the scuba diving girl, because like she looked scared shitless when she was underwater.
I thought you were gonna say for having to be topless while she goes scuba.
No, like and
because
that,
that gear would definitely chafe.
that was
without
see,
a shirt
that,
on.
and that was a weird thing.
and
Was
she did
like
it multiple times.
when she was topless. Like I mean, obviously she had really nice sweater kittens, but like I wasn't even really like
Sweater kittens.
taken aback by like her boobs. But it was like when she
Taken aback by her boobs.
But when
Got
she clipped that thing,
Yeah.
like that felt like strangely pornographic.
It was
I'm
was
like-
porn.
I'm like, ooh, that's one of the most like steamy things I've seen in a non-porn.
Well, and they're
movie.
looking at her. They're looking at her crotch, and the homegirl's staring at her.
Yeah, the girl, the guy, the fucking Ian McCulloch guy and the girl, and then they're looking at her and they look at each other. And it's like, can you guys just fuck then?
Yeah, if we're gonna give each other all these looks, let's go. I want to see this dude's
Dude, no,
dick.
that's all they do in this movie is look, and that's why so many of these fucking people die. Like they just stare at the fucking zombie. Like
Oh,
when
dude,
that girl dies because like she has like 7 minutes while she's watching the zombie come up out of the ground and then stand up and look at her while the fucking worms fall out of his eye, and then she stands there and he leans in like it's a first fucking kiss to bite her, and she doesn't even move. And everybody does that. Everybody just sits there and stares at the zombies and waits to get fucking eaten.
We're missing something.
Are we?
No, I don't think we are. And I think it's
I'm just kidding.
I think it reached critical mass a few years ago where it became like off limits to criticize. Look, because this wasn't like it achieved some broad mainstream success when it came out. It had a very niche market, a niche audience, I should say, not even market audience, and that grew over time. And then when there was this big horror boom, and then in the 21st century, when people had more access to whatever they wanted to watch, you got younger people seeing, just like Argento, like that got. The old Suspiria movie got real big in the last 15, 20 years with younger people. And so they're like, what else is there? Oh, there's Fulci and this and this. So this is where I start tearing down why people like Fulci at all. And Matt's going to disagree with that. But I think it's part of this, like,
It's like a cult of personality type deal.
I think a lot of people like Fulci because it was a lot of guerrilla style filmmaking. It was a lot of stuff done on low budget, and he did creative things with practical gore effects on a really low budget.
And he pushed the gore.
He did.
I mean, he did influence anything that came out in the 80s after this. This was a counterpoint of like, you could go this far now.
I mean, like that splinter in the eye scene, like that's rough. Like even now, like watching and you can see like, okay, it's all practical, but they have this thing where when it pokes just through the pupil, it looks like the eyelashes blink just a bit. And like, I'm sure that was just the mask kind of giving a little bit, but
seems like the visceral reaction of your own body.
Yeah. There's something like really visceral about that. And that stuff I like all of the gore stuff, the head's getting blown up, but like the shooting that guy under the blanket, they did that like 4 times, 5 times. Like it was the first scene of the movie and then they redid it like over and over. And I'm like, okay, Like, I need more.
Well, and not only that, dude. Like, I'm okay with the film and what it's trying to do with, with practical effects and all this gore nonsense that is an anchor for this movie. Like, without the gore, without the practical effects,
There's
movie
nothing.
is nothing. Okay, so I'm fine with that. My problem with it is that the way those scenes are set up, it's so nonsensical and so silly that to get there, you've got to sit through 5 minutes of staring at a zombie before you get to your practical effect that we're all waiting for. So I'm wondering, I go, why the fuck? Why wouldn't you just condense this shit down? And I understand because it's guerrilla style filmmaking and all of these practical effects are super expensive to do on a shoestring budget, but
it's too much of not enough, because we have not enough through the entirety of the movie. And then it's like, oh shit, we realized we've been really boring for the last hour. Like, here's a bunch of gore. But it's like, if you would have, instead of having 20 zombies rushing through an opening in a wall and you're just popping all of their heads off one at a time, like, have them encounter random zombies throughout the movie where you can take that gore and sparse it out. So I don't have to wait 40 minutes for something to satiate me.
Someone's gonna bust us on this because I'm sure
we're gonna get a lot of flack.
Something's gonna happen where it's like you just don't get the social implications of this.
I don't care. I don't watch
don't.
movies.
There isn't.
I don't watch movies
that's what I
for
mean.
social implications.
I think what's going to happen is that we're going to get a little bit wrung out on the implications of what's happening. Where from our standpoint, I like the subtext of it. I don't see it, and I don't. Okay, look.
Is there any?
Dude, it's Fulci. I don't think there is a big subtext here. I really don't think there is in this case. I just don't.
I don't either. But
Right. I mean, if there is, like, it's hard to find. And I mean, they're always hard to find for me. But that's the thing, is not everybody can watch movies for the same reason. I don't watch movies for social commentary and context. I take them at face value.
Well, and to be fair, I think the zombie film genre in its infancy was trying to say a lot. That's why I think that there's something going on here that maybe we're missing.
Well, there's naturally stuff going on in that case, like you're saying, with zombie anything. Like, even if it sucks, like, because it's naturally built into the framework of the undead and these hordes of people coming at you, and how the fabric of society breaks down, and it's about. They're naturally, we live in a society movies.
Right.
Like, it's built into the structure. Yeah. The entire premise is we live in a society, watch shit fall apart, and we're even worse than the zombies.
Right. Like, ultimately, that's what I feel the point of all these films is to say, like, look at how humanity when it gets the mirror.
I get very little of that from this movie.
I don't either. No, I don't either. But
I think she's topless and going scuba diving.
If anything, this movie seemed altruistic. It was everybody was just trying to help everybody. It was like the guy gets the report or the case, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to help you find your dad." And then they find these random sailors, and they're like,
poor fuckers.
Hey, you're going on vacation, bootleg Kurt Russell. How about you take us on the fucking boat? We're not going to offer to pay you, but we'll pay for our own way. But then they fucking die, like, for being, friendly people.
Being around.
And, like, they had no fucking idea where they're going. As they're sailing, they're like, yeah, none of these islands are charted. I have no idea where your island is, but, like, maybe we'll happen upon it. And they're like, oh, hey.
And they hit it first time. Look, there's an island, buddy.
Yeah, hey, fuck. Just
not that not that I necessarily want to see, like, a prolonged scene of them landing on an island and being like, nope, this is the wrong one.
See, but now I'm curious how that zombie got to the bottom of the ocean, because, like, okay, was he on the boat with that other one? And if so, why was that one locked up?
Bro, he walked all the way back from New York to the Caribbean, dude. That's how.
Well, look. I'll go with that one. I don't even think it was intentionally smart, but I think it was accidentally inventive, not just visually and surreal, but. Let's say that someone fought a zombie on a boat and pushed it off the boat.
Well, yeah.
What would happen? Let's say a whole boatload of people turned into zombies.
Why
and went
would
in
they
the water.
push that zombie into the water, but then have that other one in the bathroom of the boat? And then where was the dad? We never found out where the dad was.
I'm,
right?
I'm just saying, like, I
Well,
don't
he's
dislike the
just
idea
dead.
of a. He's undead, so I think.
Oh, he's one of the zombies.
No, he got shot in the head in the sheet.
Oh, that was the dad?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I have no idea who was what. And
Dude,
what.
no,
They shot 4 people in sheets.
Bro,
They talked about watching somebody's body, and I'm like, who is this, and why do I care?
This shit is like incomprehensible, and it is like watching a film plot through a literal fog, and I don't understand when one scene transitions to the next, and I'm
the editing, dude.
And the music they use in this, it made like none of the scenes feel like they had any real weight to them.
Dude, when
like
they start-
none of it seemed urgent.
when they start dropping like Caribbean little
In the background, the drums and shit?
I'm dying. I'm dying.
I gotta
and-
take a drink.
and they're like, oh, that has a voodoo rhythm of its own, and it's like, what? Like they're saying that this music is putting a spell
And like
on them?
the whole island is aware of these zombies, apparently.
This whole island is, but nobody else in the world is. Like somehow this island has exclusive rights to zombies, and they've kept them contained despite any fences or protections or any
Until this
anything
doctor
in
shows
place. Yeah,
It's like fuck, man.
and then it's like, oh, okay, we'll just shoot them, all.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. This shit is not for me, man.
Yeah, I kind of
This shit is not.
I kind of feel like a sellout or like a traitor, like having these
I like that.
views now. But it's like after watching this movie again, I'm just like, I was really fucking bored.
Be honest. It was my pitch at the beginning that changed your mind finally, wasn't it?
No. But listening to that pitch, I'm like, I mean, he's not wrong about any of this stuff. Like,
What would you prefer, this or Dawn of the Dead original?
this because
Because it's shorter?
Dawn of the Dead is a whole hour longer. Like,
I'd still prefer Dawn of the Dead original.
I
Leagues
can't.
over this.
Wait, so I forgot to ask you this question during our Patreon episode. Why don't dinosaurs ever have dicks? Every time you see a dinosaur, they never
Because
got
they don't
dicks.
want to deal with the dinosaur dick.
They're more like birds, dude.
But like not all of them.
I was reading a lot about that recently. All this idea of what dinosaur skin looked like, and even the sounds they made.
Wrong.
Well, it's
Yeah,
all
they're more, like,
conjecture.
covered in
They-
feathers and stuff.
They
but,
can't
like,
make that many determinations from the skeleton.
But every time you see a T-Rex, they're just like Ken dolls underneath, and like I'm really curious as to what a dinosaur's dong looks like.
if it's a reptile, reptiles have their shit tucked.
Lizard dicks.
Lizard dicks, yeah, they're forked though. So is a dinosaur got a giant fork?
It
dick?
might.
Like
He might have a giant fucking power
dude.
strip, dude.
it's dupe. A power strip with a bunch of holes in it.
Yeah. Think about how 2 T-Rexes fucking would have looked like.
Yeah,
I think that
dude.
shit would have been crazy.
I mean, does one of them have to lay on their back and they have to do it like missionary?
they
like,
got to do it T-Rex style.
because they got like those big legs, but they got big guts and tiny
And they
little
got
arms.
tiny little hands.
They're like sitting there like this, trying to smack the ass, and they're just like flopping their little flipper.
That's me.
And like in an infinite universe, you got to think there's gay T-Rexes also.
Yeah, I
So
mean-
like,
It's a spectrum.
Why would they have to be gay, dude? Why couldn't they be fluid?
Well, that's why dinosaurs became extinct, was because they learned to suck their own cocks. So like they had no need to procreate anymore.
I don't think that's why.
that's not true.
Look it up.
Look it up. That's what happened. Instead of the
Google it.
instead of the meteor, it was
They all learned to
masturbating
suck their own
dinosaurs.
cocks, and they're just like, "This is cool. I'm not leaving the house anymore."
This is way cooler.
So far we've done. Is this cool though? See, I like the breadth of stuff we watch, even in like zombie months. Because Army of the Dead is a completely different film than this, which is completely different than 28 Days Later, which is completely different in many senses than 28 weeks later.
Buckle up for wreck, brother.
Yeah,
It is a found footage type deal, though, right?
It's
both of them are.
yeah.
Well, I'm not.
I'm interested.
I'm not excited about the remake. I am excited. I am excited about.
You have no idea how
Is
not
this
excited
called
you are.
Quarantine?
Yeah.
I remember seeing the previews for that movie and being
And
like,
it's
"That
got,
looks
It's
like
got
a
what's her
piece
name
of
from
shit."
Dexter in it.
Yeah.
His sister,
I can't
Morgan.
remember her name right now, but she was in Exorcism of Emily Rose. Jennifer Carpenter. That's her
That's
name.
it.
That's right.
Yeah,
John Carpenter's daughter.
that's gonna be something.
That's not true. That's not a
I
true
can't-
fact.
I can't
And
say how.
also the lead singer of Daughters.
Right. Lex Marshall. Fuck.
No, Jennifer Carpenter.
Oh, the Carpenters, Karen Carpenter.
Karen Carpenter. Yeah.
She's got really, she's not like what. It's not like she would like bust out on the drums, but she's got a real nice, smooth feel. It's great.
So Karen Carpenter is the singer of Carpenter Brute.
And the voice of an angel.
Okay.
Yeah. Karen Carpenter Brute.
Karen Carpenter Brute.
That's pretty good.
Speaking of voice of an angel, we're going to go see Counting Crows, right?
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so... Excuse me. I'm
Died
dying.
just now.
He got so excited.
Whew. Counting Crows is coming in December.
It's
I think we should. Yeah, exactly. Imagine them playing a long December in December.
Oh my God.
After last year's long
It's
December.
like Deception. December Inception.
Hopefully Michelle Branch is there for fucking...
Fuck off, bro. Wait, no, you're talking about Vanessa Carlton.
Vanessa Carlton, I'm
Hold
sorry.
up. I don't want to
Vanessa
talk about
See,
this. and
people
not
have
know.
been mixing those two up for the last 20 years, and that's just really
Has it been
unfair,
20
man.
years?
Yeah,
Good
dude.
God.
Who?
Hotel Paper came out in 2000. Well, that came out in 2003.
The fuck is Hotel Paper?
That's Michelle Branch's second album.
That's horrible, Matt. That you just have that.
I have
Committed to memory.
I own her first two records.
All right, well, that's...
I had an 8 foot tall Michelle Branch poster in my.
That's-
You need to commit like shit
That
like Brett Leonard
shit is a
and
fucking
fucking
mistake.
Terry Gilliam. Come on, man.
Can I do Brett Michaels and Leonard Skinner?
Yeah, that's not good either.
Nice.
Problematic.
All right, well, that's the Who Goes There podcast for Zombie. Don't watch it. Don't write it.
You guys are pissed. Sorry.
I don't even think they're pissed. They're probably just disappointed.
Well, some of them are probably not surprised in the least.
Let's be fair. We've set the bar really low over the last. Oh, also, 2 weeks late, but happy birthday! It's been 8 years. June 1st was 8 years.
Really? Fuck, dude.
8 years.
Maybe it's time we do get canceled.
Don't say that. God. But let me ask you. Okay, so I've been on the show about 3 years.
Ask it.
I've been on the show about 3 years, right? Which is crazy also. But if I was with you guys right before episode 200, so I've done over 100 episodes with you guys.
If you're gonna ask us who the best co-host is, the answer is Mikey.
That's stupid, and shut up. and you guys don't know that I live in a deluded world where you are my co-hosts, right? So even though I didn't come onto the show,
Solipsism is strong.
no, which is not true. No, but it's a collaborative effort, and I'm the third wheel easily. But the third wheel is the biggest one, it's a tricycle, right?
Yeah, that makes a triangle.
Yeah, and wait a minute, what am I trying to say? Oh, how come?
Oh, yeah, it's a magic
if
number.
5 other years. 200 other episodes. Did you guys release less episodes once upon a time? Less frequently?
Yeah, we did. We went a little while where we only did 2 a month.
We started weekly, I think, and then we went to bi-weekly, and then George had his first kid, and it went to bi-monthly. And
Once a month.
yeah, there was like a long lag.
There was a year that we didn't do a whole ton.
We almost didn't make it past episode 16, I think, and then Cody from 3B Zine, Beer Night in San Diego, whatever, was like, hey, let's go do a podcast.
Let me
right
reiterate this also. Fuck you, Christian Stella.
now. Yeah, fucking Christian Stella. Make it has episode 5.
And also,
enunciate that?
and also, fuck you, Florian Himsel.
Yeah.
Piece of
fucking
shit.
Florian, you turd.
Who the fuck is that?
Turkey.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Some fucking turkey.
Why is his name Florian?
Because he's a turkey.
Yeah.
All right. Anywho, that's
Not the
episode.
good kind, like in Poland.
That's episode 313. We'll see you next week with Rec and Quarantine. Good. Now that we're all out of quarantine.
I just want to go back.
Huh?
I just want to go back to quarantine.
The grass is always greener, you know?
Yeah, the grass is greener where you water it, Rhett.
Well, then fucking water it.
I don't want to. I'm lazy.
Okay.
Let it die.
All right.
If
them
it
all
dies,
If it dies, it dies.
All right. Bye. Sophia. This is Jorge signing out.
I'm not gonna worry wrinkles in my brow. Nothing's ever gonna be alright, no how. No matter how I struggle and strive, I'll never get out of this world alive.
Streaming only on Peacock, a new original comedy.
Me in a punk band?
We Are Lady Parts.
A confused mix of hash anthems and sour girl power.
You puked all over the front row. Ew.
We Are Lady Parts. All episodes streaming now, only on Peacock.